come on for a walk. Or jump on your bike.
Power on. Bluetooth mode.
Get your chair if you're doing chair exercises. Get your weights. Get your mats. If you want to do some stretching. Line up if you're going to walk wall to wall. Or just start walking in place if that's what you want to do too. You know? Oh yeah, y'all. Oh, I gotta tell you, I won't be walking this Friday and Monday. But there's plenty of videos. Over 1,000. Yes, indeed. You're going to hit the video button at 7. Uh-oh, finger snapping. A little guitar on is nice. Yeah. Plus, when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. Yes, indeed. I'm on, y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. I fell asleep too early last night. So I was up at 12:30. And I was like, girl, you better get it together. You know you gotta walk in the morning. And I was like, well, I gotta walk. That's the lazy side of me. I gotta walk. And I said, as I always said to the laziest part, I don't even play with myself. I say, you walk because if you don't take care of yourself, it's pretty much a wrap. If you can't put your socks on, if you're all stroked out, you consider yourself effed. I don't got nobody to come through, and I'm not looking for anyone to come through for me but me. But whenever the lazy sits in, I gotta hit the lazies like that. I have to say, listen here, look at here, look at here, look at here, looky here. Girl, as long as you move your butt, I'll be good to you. And I said, body, that's a deal. And I've been moving my butt, and my body been good to me. So I know y'all got people that, you know, will come to the hospital and sit with you and run back and forth with you to the doctor and stuff like that. And for y'all sit down and put your feet up. Trust me, it is a benefit, it is an honor, and it's something few of us have, like me. You know, if you can sit there or lay there and be taken care of, I mean, your body don't like it because your body, like a car, is built to go. But if you can do that, whew, go for it. Go for it. I don't have that. I don't have that. The day I can't pick my leg up or my leg move itself and I can get my socks on my feet, that's the time I'm going to be sockless. You know? So, that's why you see me. I've been up since 12:30. But when laziness came in and said, oh, you haven't even gone to sleep yet, and you went to sleep so early. I was like, no ma'am. No ma'am. If I can't put my arm in my coat myself, I'm effed. Because I mean, my daughter will come through, but I want her to have her own life. That's why I exercise for her. I didn't bring her here to put my arms in my coat. And I didn't raise her. She loves me, and that's what she does for me. But I didn't raise her to cater to me. Like, girl, do your own thing. I'm doing my own thing, and that's how you roll. But I know how some of y'all are. It's wonderful. Got grandkids, great-grandkids running all around you, doing all the stuff for you, and you don't got to move. I feel you. Stay there. They'll run back and forth to the hospital for you, take you to all your doctor's appointments, run you back and forth to the pharmacy and shit. I could understand why you don't, need to exercise. Though your body wants it because it's like a car, it's built to go. Anyway, that's what I was thinking this morning. So, that's why I'm here. But I have to say it again. Let me see what time it is because I got to see if I can find it on that video. I won't be walking this Friday. I have the date tomorrow. And Monday. I have 1,000 videos on Facebook. And 1,000 videos on YouTube. Pull one up. I'm going roller skating Friday morning. So you see, only one day it won't be exercising. I'm going out Friday morning to a tennis court. Now, I'm supposed to be with my girlfriend, but I'm going. If she can't go, we're going to work out some kind of way where she can be on the phone with me, at least when she hear me scream and say, because trust me, well, baby, you know what? If someone was coming after my ass on them skates, I assure you I would be skating. So maybe it's an incentive. But if she doesn't go with me, I'll be going by myself to the tennis court, setting up and roller skating so I can get a wider berth. And I've been in the garage. I'll be in the garage tonight. But Friday morning, I am opening up. Yes! So I'm excited about that. So, I'm not walking on Friday. And then on Monday, not walking. And you know how we do that. We missed a day before Labor Day. I think I took off Labor Day, so we got to make up Labor Day. And then with me taking off this Friday and Monday, that means 3 days you have to take off. That means 6 days of walking for 45 minutes. So, that's our makeup day. You don't forget makeup days when you're working out. Like I said, I remember Labor Day, we never put that time back in. But now, 6 days of walking 45 minutes, y'all. But it's worth it. I can see myself skating around that tennis court. Telling you, I am telling you, I see it so clearly. Feeling stronger, better, back feeling stronger, better, and stomach tight. Probably for being so scared if I'm by myself. I'll probably do a live. Hi, I'm here at the roller skating. I'm here at the tennis court. If y'all see another live, oh yeah, maybe I should take y'all, do a scoop on the neighborhood. This is if I'm by myself. And y'all can see like the cars that's parked around, shit like that. And then, when I go skating by myself, I mean, I'm not going to put y'all on, but at least you'll know. Well, the last time we saw her, she was by herself at this roller skating rink, and here's the picture of the neighborhood and the surrounding areas. y'all. I'm here. It's being up at 12:30. Yes. The body wants to go. The body wants to exercise. That's what it does. That's what it wants to do. Anyway, Pepsi versus Coke, Coke versus Pepsi. Let me set it up for y'all. Now remember I told y'all I had I was fortunate to meet someone who had a friend who was a Pepsi executive. We used to go to her house for barbecues and stuff like that, and that's how we met. And she was like, I work out in the morning, but I work out by myself. And I'm like, oh wow, I work out in the morning too, and I work out by myself. And she said, I can come and get you early in the morning, and we can work out together at the PepsiCo executive workout spot, whatever. I was like, what, really? She said, yeah. She said, but you have to be up at 4. I was like, I'll be up when, right? And we started going. Beautiful. Beautiful. At that time, state of the art, everything. Steam room, sauna, everything except the swimming pool. All the latest equipment, the weight room, the Nautilus, state of the art treadmill. So, and also we used to walk around PepsiCo. When I worked with the mentally challenged, that was one of the activities we used to do because they have beautiful sculptures and stuff like that. You probably can't do it now, but back then you could do it. So, that's the association I have with PepsiCo. So I was working in Terrytown, and I remember exactly where I was. I think I was reading like the Westchester Journal, and the article came up, 3 arrested for either selling Coke recipe to Pepsi, trying to sell Coke or Pepsi's recipe to Coke. But I think it's Coke's recipe to Pepsi. And I remember reading that article saying, well, who's stupid enough to do that? They are not against each other. They support each other. They are at the top of the brown coolers. Okay, they are at the top. Been like that for 20, I don't know, whenever they came out. Well, we know Coke was out first because it had, it had the real thing in it. So, I'm saying to myself, who would be stupid enough to, who would know that? It's like the Dems and the Republicans. They're not against one another. They both rule this penal colony. The Dems have been ruling the penal colony since they lying out the crown. Liar, 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 pants on fire, fire, fire. Liar. So, but they bounce off each other. That's how they keep out the Socialist Party. That's how they keep out the Independence Party. That's how they keep out the Progressive Party. That's how they keep out the Green, and these are political parties. Green political parties. They need each other to bounce off of. Trust me. I've been voting for a lot of years. And it came through clear. Clear. The benefit of my learning, learn it now. Democrats, Republicans, same on this penal colony. The objective is to make sure the descendants of the African prisoners of war who were imprisoned on this penal colony by the crowns of Europe get nowhere, get nothing, have nothing, and a life. That's an edict in every penal state in the colony. So, they the same. They the same. One kick you in the front. One to kick in your cojones. And the other one will kiss you in the culo. If I get that right, I had to say, I always say, bese mi culo. So, they're the same. They're the same. Pepsi and Coke, they're giants. No one is gianter than them. And as long as it's the two of them, no one will be gianter than them. Not in the brown cola arena. They need each other to bounce off of. Same Dems and Repugs. They bounce off each other. They go, I've watched them for years. They go from party to party. They all have Fields and McCoys. Democratic Party. Well, she ran as a Democrat. I don't want to be doing. Well, I'm going to run as a Republican. Well, I don't want to be a Republican. I don't want to do that. I want to. And they just like Hatfields and McCoys, kissing cousins. And then they produce those laws, those retarded laws, from the kissing cousins. You see how I made that like a metaphor or something? Oh, let's take a break, y'all. Yeah. Come on with me. I'm starting to feel like I've been up since 12:30. Yeah, I said come on with me. Almost drunk. Save your right? Oh, look at my set. Cause when you walk with me, excuse me. I can't believe my set is falling down. I'm walking, y'all. Oh boy. That's why I'm taking off Monday. You see? That's why I'm taking off Monday. My puppy, I can't when I do that, I'm not going to go back to that part. Cause if I stop walking now, they'll cut me up until I'm just... That's why I'm taking off Monday. I'm going to try to secure my set better. I'm walking, y'all. Trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all. Trying to stay ahead of the shoes. So I'm saying to myself, who are these idiots that took the secret either from Pepsi or Coke and tried to sell it to other? Who are these idiots? So, as the story goes, these three, they make a meeting with these white executives in Westchester County. Okay, let me tell you about the corporations in Westchester County. You remember that jelly bean movement? The black jelly bean? I can't remember that right now. It'll come to me. But that's where the black jelly bean thing came from. Honey, don't nobody know. Whew. Labeling? Like them corporations in Westchester County, honey. They see you coming. Oh, we can't hide her. She gonna steal something. We gonna come in here and ain't gonna be no chairs or desks. That's the Westchester County people, honey. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh no, we can't hire her because we won't know where to put our pocketbooks because you know she gonna steal the money from the pocketbooks. That's how the corporations are in Westchester County. You'd be hard pressed to find African American or minority. Hard pressed. The African Americans and minorities are mostly in county jobs or government jobs. That tells you corporate Westchester County, honey. This is that's a label, born in blood inmate criminal. We can't hire her. If we hire her, she gonna take the seats. Well, anyway, let me tell you, them Pepsi people didn't make it look good for us, so I just gave that away. So they make up this meeting from the article, and they go and they say, hey, we got the recipe for the cola. So they went to PepsiCo, so I had to be Coke. Hey, we got the Coke recipe. Y'all been saying y'all then, here's the original recipe. Pepsi took that recipe and had them arrested. Coke fired them, sued them. I think they still in jail. And yes, HBCU, you should be proud because they got into executive positions in Coca-Cola, and that's what they did. So, I would imagine quite a few more y'all lost your jobs, and the ones that stayed there, since you're labeled born in blood inmate criminals anyway, and then you had these three fools stealing the Coke recipe to try to sell it to Pepsi. I imagine things got very hard. And I imagine things got very hard on the Pepsi side of it also as well. Because now, they knew we were labeled born in blood inmate criminals anyway. So they knew we were criminals anyway, just labeled. With criminals, though you don't have no record. But now, I imagine that the only people working in PepsiCo in Westchester County that has any kind of color has to be the security guard. Oh no, they didn't take the... And I kept saying to myself, well, who would do that? Who wouldn't know that Pepsi and Coca-Cola are really not in competition? I kept saying to myself, who? And they didn't say that at first. And in my head, I didn't think it would be an African American, the label born in blood inmate criminal. Didn't enter my mind. When I think it was 2 women and a man, or a man and 2. I said, y'all didn't believe them commercials, did you? You couldn't have believed those. And I said to y'all cannot believe those commercials. Dems and Republicans is different. No, penal colony people. Maybe for these people who this place is a sanctuary. Yeah. Or for the labeled citizens arrest. Yeah. For the overseers and stuff. Yeah. But for the label born in blood inmate criminal? No. Ain't no difference between no Republican and no Democrat. Guess what? A Democrat ain't gonna give you reparation, and a Republican ain't gonna give you no reparation. So what's the difference? What's the difference? Oh, they giving you social programs. They said there's only 50 million African Americans and 360 million white people. Who the hell are you giving social programs to? See, that's another one of them lines where you got to listen to the wording. You got to listen to the wording. Give it to them. Are you cray-cray? It's for them. It's not. Democrats, Republicans, all the same when it comes to us. Them ain't gonna give you no reparation. Republican ain't gonna give you no reparation. I said they don't have the power to because they just wouldn't. And trust me, the Crown ain't gonna give us no money because they scared we're gonna take that money and send it to Africa. And they ain't down. The rich that are rich in Africa, that's okay. That's sanctioned by the Crown. But the poor that's poor is gonna be dirt poor. That's also sanctioned by the Crown. Yes! Pepsi and Coke. They really believed that there was a competition between them. Sometimes when I look at my African daughters in China, sometimes I see them slurping down a Coke, and sometimes I see them slurping down a Pepsi. They like Pepsi better. They're not in competition. If you vote Democrats, Republicans, they are not in competition. The Republicans ain't gonna give you no reparation, and the Democrats ain't gonna give you no reparation. They're the same. They're there to block out all the other political parties. Because if it was only just one, the other political parties would have taken them over by now. But they're not. One runs interference for the other. And let me tell you about another thing you need to look out for. Now, I tell y'all, in this Illuminati city I live in, this mayor just gets in. He federal prison, 7 years, got back out, walked right into the mayor's office like he ain't missed a beat. And they said election time came, and they said that he was doing something with the absentee ballots. So the guy that's running against him in the Democratic ticket is also one of his students that the Illuminati mayor mentored. So you got that, and then there's two of them. So now we have a whole new election, and with the whole new election, another person has added themselves to the mayoral Democratic mayoral race. Now, I call that the okie doke. Now, what that move did was secure our Illuminati mayor in his throne. Because the Illuminati mayor has listen, not only does he have votes, he has millions, billions backing him. So he's going to be mayor. But he's being challenged by his student. So they accuse each other of ballot stuffing boxes and stuff. So they're going to do it again. And now a third Democrat African American labeled born and blood immigrant criminal has been added to the mayoral race. So that's the okie doke, because now the Illuminati mayor, he's already in. He has money and the votes. The person that's challenging him could win with the votes he has. But the Illuminati mayor and his people ain't dumb. So they put in that third one. So that third politician, African American, is going to take the votes away from the challenger to the Illuminati mayor. Not the mayor. He's in it. Listen. He was probably still mayor even when he was in jail. Federal prison. Anyway, So now the mayor has it. The votes is going to go from his challenger. Come from his challenger. So with this third person, they knock the challenger to the Illuminati mayor out. And the challenger ain't going nowhere. But he was there to take the votes away from the challenger of the Illuminati mayor. And he'll split it straight in half. And when it's split straight in half, it's not enough to beat the Illuminati mayor. That's what I call okie doke. The first time I saw that was in Mount Vernon. It was in Mount Vernon. The controller and the mayor blocked everybody. Every time an election came, blocked everybody out. Like that, in the city I used to live in, Mount Vernon, the mayor always had enough votes to get in. But a challenger would come up with more votes. But then the controller would win and take the votes away from the challenger. And then the mayor wins the election. That's some shit, ain't it? So, but they're all wardens on this penal colony. And their main objective, I don't care what the color is, the edict here is to make sure that we have as much of a comfortable life as possible. Make sure to keep dropping the guns and the drugs in the hood. You know? Make sure to keep all the gangs enraged so you can get your government grants and all kind of stuff like that. And also, because I've seen it work true in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn during the crack epidemic with the gangs and stuff. And let me tell you something. They said right then and there they were not going to stop the drugs and the gangs. They kept dropping the, the patty rollers, dropping the guns, dropping the drugs. And then the gangs kept fighting. But there was no more to replace them as they would die. Because everybody else was in jail. And then, this is when I lived in Bed-Stuy. And then they said, the white people come in. I was like, oh, wow. I didn't really believe it. And then my sister called me on the phone. I'm going back like years, over 20 years ago. Oh, Vicki. A white person bought a brownstone down the street from me. She said, where the gangs? I said, where the gangs? I said, oh, they was dropping them guns and drugs here like this so they can annihilate one another. So the gangs is gone. It's safe territory. And then I go to Brooklyn, where there was nothing but straight gang life. Eastern Parkway, up like that, you couldn't, you'd be like this. You need a bullet shield. White people got the babies in the stroller and the kids on the block. When I went there, I was like, wait a minute. I remember you go to this neighborhood like this. You'd never know where it was coming from. But now I know what that was for. Dump the drugs, the patty rollers, dump the guns, drugs, get the gangs going. Extinct. They made themselves extinct. And who wasn't extinct was thrown in jail, federal jail, for drug things. And now, maybe 10 years ago, JC or whoever, Jazzy, whatever his name, he got over there. But this was before he got over there. It was already looking better because they had killed one another off. So that was some other vibration that I picked up. But I'm just telling you. So now it's like suburbia came to the city. But here's the good news. They do it again. They white flight now. But at least this time, downtown is nice. Everything is nice. Because we got there, we got what was left over from the Germans and the Italians. The tenement buildings and different things like that. That's what we got. And they ain't do nothing to it. But since suburbia came into the city, they did all this stuff. Now they're going to white flight. They're going back to the suburbs. But they're leaving the city with a lot better off with the buildings and stuff. We ain't have nothing but rats, and more rats. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Not up, no down. Let's do 5. 1, 2. I'm trying not to move my arm. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So Pepsi and Coke is not in competition. A lot of these things, what do they tell me in sales market? It's called this or that. In order to have a that, you gotta have a this. And the this needs that. So as they talk about, oh, this one's against this one, and this one's against this one, and then y'all go and y'all take it to heart, and y'all as human beings go against each other. No, that's corporate bullshit. Trust me. They all knew, and they still know to this day, they don't like hiring labeled born and blood inmates criminals. Because they know, they know, by edict, they know that our ancestors were in prison here, so we have to be criminals here. Our ancestors were imprisoned by the European crowns. It was a war, people. It happens all the time. But of course we didn't know that. They didn't tell us that, etc., etc., etc. Okay, squeeze my gut. Come on. Squeeze my gut. Tuck in my elbow. Snuggie my elbow. Okay. Or snug. Snug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 for good luck. Yeah. So stop falling for that okie doke. Oh, they don't like that. Diane Karen doesn't like Tommy Hilfiger. No, they're all designers. They like one another. One is a this and the other is a that, and you need a this and a that. No Green Party's gonna get in. No Progressive Party gonna get in. No Socialist Party gonna get in, because you have the two ruling parties, Republican and Democrats. And if you don't pick this Republican, you'll pick that Democrat. And if you don't pick that Democrat, you'll pick that Republican. And everybody else is blocked. They're not against each other. It should be called how is it? The Dem Republican Party or the Republican Dem Party. And then maybe the party I want to see come up, the Progressive Party. It takes us in the future, and it'll take this label from prehistoric times, of a war from prehistoric times, off of us. Not prehistoric time, but you know what I mean. Over 600 years ago. So, they're not against each other. Until we get a progressive, they said the Green Party is progressive, but I don't know. Green Party got labelers too. And them labelers look at me and say, born in blood and made criminal, though you never committed a crime, I'm going to go with the old statute that says you're criminally liable even though you're innocent. Can you believe that? Even though you're innocent. All these years, I've been living the life of a criminal, though I'm innocent. But it doesn't matter, because I'm labeled a born in blood and made criminal, though I'm innocent. But it don't matter. Because I'm labeled a born in blood. I want a progressive party that'll take that off the table. They'll say, that's a war. That's how you Africans got here. There was a war in Europe. Y'all ruled Europe. Yeah, you came over. Y'all had all the boats. You had all the sun. You had everything. There was knuckle draggers over in Europe. And everybody knows it except us. And, hey, more civilization. You was there. We got sick of you. War broke out. All the European kings turned against you. Then we realized we have to ship you far away from Africa, so we started shipping you to places that you had already explored when you was ruling us all those years. So we just took the map that you Africans had, and we just imprisoned you on places that you found. Yes, honey. And then say, but listen, that was wrong. That was wrong. After the prisoner of war died, their descendants should have been freed and not labeled. But the Progressive Party can say, we're going to straighten that out right now. We're going to put the truth of the history on the table. Everybody, we're going to buff up, give you the ancestors due, so you can come up and everybody can be equal. Everybody can be equal. They send their money back to Europe. If we want to send our money to Africa, we can send our goddamn money to Africa. If they can send their money to the Philippines, if we want to send our money somewhere in Africa, we can. Everybody has the freedom. That's the Progressive Party. But just like Coke ain't versus Pepsi. Coke and Pepsi rule together. In the political party, Democrats versus Republicans, no. Democrats and Republicans rule together. And as long as they're ruling together, we'll be labeled, stomped on. One will kick you in the coochie, and the other one will kick you in the cojones, and then this one will kick you in the butt, and the other one will kick you in the taint. They're going to cover all bases. It's two parties. They can make sure that this reproduction area gets kicked very well. But what we need is a progressive political party that ain't worried about kicking people in the cojones and the culos and the vaginas. They're focusing on growth and progress and really turning this penal colony into a country. But then we'll find out that the Crown's rule. I probably won't be here when y'all find out. But I'm telling you, African Americans, I hope y'all do me proud. My energy be watching. Okay, this is the up close. They said they always like this up close. But I have two cameras. It don't even look like I'm looking at you up close. Remember, we won't be walking Friday. We won't be walking Friday. And we won't be walking Monday. Friday morning, no walk because I'm going roller skating. And then on Monday, because I got to do something with the studio. Thanks for coming on the walk. Have a fantabulous day. Thanks for coming on the walk. See you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on the walk.